they did everything right against YCW. Maybe except for the last 30 seconds.
The grand final, everyone would love to see. I know I'd love to see it because the first footy show we did this year we're talking Bomb Beach versus YCW AJ was the grand final that everyone wanted before round one. And that's the grand final I think that certainly people would want, but I'm not necessarily sure we're going to get it. But I know you boys will do a fantastic job there tomorrow. Karingal have lined up for the national anthem. Langwarrin walking over. Just walking over. They just say purpose in their step. The umpires have lined up.
It's been a pretty casual morning from Langwarrin. Rocked up, 2 flags.
It all starts here.
Seniors dominating.
Stand out in the crowd. I bet you'd be down in the middle of the celebration tonight. See the guy down there with the blue hair? Just to the right over there, just walking past us. He'll be in the middle of the celebration tonight, I'm sure.
That's a level of dedication for sure.
Oh, your lovely partner's I've just seen her in the crowd.
Oh, yep. There she is. Probably figuring out she doesn't realise she's staring straight at us, but that's all right.
So we're not too far away from a start here. Both clubs are lining up for the national anthem. I think that was a moment's silence there for the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And the national anthem is about to be performed. Not too far away here for a start, guys.
No, we're not. Pretty shattered Vossi didn't get the gig to sing the anthem.
Yeah, I was hoping you would have belted out some tunes there, Michael Voss, but it looks like the wind may have swung around a bit going down towards the Nepean Highway end now, so it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out.
You might find tomorrow night. Who knows? You might even find me singing a song or two tomorrow night, win, lose or draw. The anthem's been played. The players making their way towards their respective positions. I was just actually thinking about Dale Alanis' injury. If he's out there playing today, if his injury is as bad as what we all think it was, then I think 2 words have happened for him: Dr. Death. Gary McDonnell, I reckon, might have had a little bit of a look at him and sort of he brings out the pain in people. A few of the Raiders boys have gone in there, AJ, and let's just say you end up screaming like a little girl in there by the time he finishes with you.
Exactly right, Vossi.
But
we will never know.
If he can get you up, it's well worth the risk.
Exactly right. You want your captain playing in the big games. We'll soon find out as both the captains are going back to their respective huddles. So the Karingal team have taken their huddle right over in front of the Karingal faithful there.
I don't mind that. I don't mind it at all. It's us against the world mentality, not a bad thing in the slightest.
So we can see it on the screen now. Obviously, Dale Alanis having a word to them all. The Langwarrin players are heading into position. You've got to feel sorry for young Harry Marks not playing today. He's done the warm-up with them, it looks like. So he's got to hold his head high because he's had a great season as a youngster. And it's just good experience to be around the side.
Yeah, well, he's obviously there just in case there was an injury in the warm-up or whatnot, but I guess now it's a case of just sit back and have a beer or two and watch the game.
Potentially, but you might see that he'll just be there for the support, maybe not on the can straight away, Vossi, but it looks like
helping the coaching staff.
Mark Bagley has gone into the middle for the first bounce along with Zach Andrew Arthur, Blake Peach and Matthew Norton, so the big guns are in
Pretty
there.
handy midfield there. Unreal. Because if you're I know we've talked about the Karingal point of view, but psychologically for Langwarrin, they're looking at this as we need to put this game away as early as we can. If we get to half-time with a big lead, then we're probably going to be okay. I agree, AJ, the Karingal aren't going to win this game via playing catch-up footy, so they're going to want to throw everything at this first quarter, at this second quarter, and try and put the game away. So fingers crossed the first quarter is an absolute ripper, and look at that, 2:30 we've just ticked over, and we're about ready to go. Outstanding planning.
Well, we are ready to get underway. Langwarrin going down to the Nepean Highway or beach end of the ground, and Karingal going to the Car Street end of the ground in the opening quarter. 2 years of COVID, well, that's all behind us. It's grand final time, and we are underway, AJ.
Absolutely, as the umpire holds the ball aloft. We're going to get underway. Smith and Norton in the ruck. So Norton gets the first tap out down. He was trying to find Blake Peach. Norton goes off the ground. Both the Karingal have got a spare back at the moment. A quick kick out by Bateman. That was Josh. He was up looking for Payne and Borg. Dormer's around there. The Karingal player slips over, not in a great position. Ball comes back out to the pocket. Karingal under enormous pressure early. The pressure's up from Langwarrin. Shot at goal by Payne and Borg. Goes across the face, and they will register their first behind Langwarrin.
About 3 players have already slipped over, which isn't a fantastic sign early, but yeah, good clearance by Matty Norton, forced the ball forward, but now that Karingal have got the ball in hand, need to take advantage, but that's not how you do it.
That's a shot on goal to take place here for Langwarrin. There's a mark from the kick, and Zach Andrew Arthur has got it. Matty Painenberg, who missed that one, he had a dominant first quarter from memory against Devon Meadows about 7 or 8 weeks ago. The game we saw down there on a freezing cold day at Lloyd Park, that was. But one behind, played a minute. We've got the opportunity here with Zach Andrew Arthur with the ball. He'll he'll walk to 50. He'll go high. He'll go long. He'll go straight. The first goal of the grand final goes to Langwarrin. They've got the perfect start. 1-1-7, Karingal yet to score.
An absolute horror kick in, and not the start that Karingal are after. And Zach Andrew Arthur, like Langwarrin, have only played 2 games in the last month or so, but he's had 87 disposals in those last 2 games, and that is an outstanding start by him. It just didn't look like missing.
87 disposals in 2 games.
Yeah, he had 42 in the final and had 45 to finish off the season, Vossi.
No way.
An outstanding finish. The man brings his own footy.
So we're getting underway after that goal by Zach Andrew Arthur. Norton gets above his opponent. He follows it up. He's over the footy here. Ball comes out. Peach has got his head over the footy. Quick kick going forward by Bagley. The spare there for Karingal is going to win out. Connor Leslie has the footy. He goes up looking for a target there, but Darcy's hope is all out. So Langwarrin are going to bring it to this to the commentary side and finding Chad Mulvogue.
And it's Ryan Smythe, not Mitch Cuthbert, who's playing on Darcy Hope this afternoon.
So Jared Brown, he tries to take the mark. Ball comes to ground. That was Dixon. He gets the handball over looking for Jansen. He goes with a high, long one. They're out here, Karingal, if they can get it and go. Sam Glenn has the footy. He's going to look in for a target, but that is a horrendous kick. He had Darcy Hope right out in the lead there. He'd burnt Ryan Smythe. So it's the first wasted
50.
opportunity.
50 for
Chad Mulvey just coming in and telling Sam Glenn, well, that was a great kick, son. And Sam Glenn responded and plus got a 50-metre penalty against him. So I think Chad Mulvey won, Sam Glenn nil on that one, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably letting him know that the top of his foot is the best place to kick the footy.
Okay, so Mulvey goes in short. Mark taken by Hamill, defensive side of centre of the ground. Now Langwarrin can get it and go towards the Brian Mace grandstand side. They've got the loose man created at half forward. Does the kick inside, attacking 50. Ball knocked away. Langwarrin doing most of the genuine attacking at the moment in this first quarter. It's picked up by Jansen though for Karingal. Goes out towards centre wing. Wasn't the greatest kick. He'd love to have that one back. Langwarrin looking to bring the ball forward and they've got it at centre wing. Now they go in short. Looking there for Big Red in the centre half forward area. Now he just chucks it on the boot. Does Big Red. He goes inside attacking 50. No mark was taken. Ball on the ground. Still an opportunity here for Langwarrin to hold it inside their attacking 50. Karingal defence absolutely under siege early. Looking for just a free possession out of there at the moment just to try and get themselves out of trouble because early on, it's not good signs for their defence. They're under real pressure, Daz.
Yeah, sure are. 6 inside 50s for the game, 4 of them to Langwarrin. So Karingal are under the pump, and the only disposal they've had inside 50 was that turnover by Sam Glenn before. So the scoreboard's not putting Karingal out of the game, so they've still got time to settle into this one for sure.
So Mitch Glenn has the footy. He goes out wide, finding Sam Glenn. He goes on his left, looking up for Darcy Hope, but the ball's cut off. Billy Rolfe. He goes through the contest. 2 players over him. The umpire's going to call for it.
Not
on the half-forward flank for the Karingal Football Netball Club. Brian Mace grandstand side. Norton gets the tap down. Billy Rolfe, handball out, but it was only to Badams. His kick was smothered. Dixon gets the handball out back to Badams. Jared Brown, it's a great tackle. And the ball trickles out and we'll get a throw in right in front of both the Karingal supporters and some of the Langwarrin supporters. They're spread out everywhere today, boys, the Langwarrin supporters.
Yeah, they're flooding the ground, aren't they? And Karingal forward of the ball only had the 2 one-on-one contests forward of that stoppage, which is strange considering the initial stoppage was in their forward half, but Langwarrin are out.
So Billy Rolfe, he drives it inside forward 50. They got players waiting down. Dormer. He can't get control of it. Tackle applied there. They're looking for Bradley. Ball smothered by Billy Rolfe. It was a half smother, bit of a half...
a body spoil there,
yeah,
wasn't
body
it?
spoil, half a mark attempt, and the ball's gone out in front of the hill here at Skybus Stadium.
Done a couple of good things defensively already. Billy Rolfe as he comes off. So good start for him.
Just the attacking side of centre wing here for Langwarrin. Big Red dominating in the ruck early. Quick kick forward for Karingal towards the centre wing. It's going to be taken. That's really good play there by Seth Kelly to tap the ball away from his Langwarrin opponent. Unfortunately for him, he just couldn't quite keep the ball in play. Otherwise, he was well away and he would have put them right deep into attack there.
Yeah, spot on, Vossi. But even now, they've got another stoppage forward to centre and they've only got the 2 players inside their forward 50. Langwarrin now dropping one back. Really strange.
So Norton once again wins the head out. It's taken by Golby. A hand pass over the top. Ends up with the player there in Joel Bateman and he can run through the centre. He runs with 2 bounces. He turns around. He's looking for an option. Spins around. Ball towards the middle of the ground. It was dropped by Charles. It's picked up by Blake Peach. There's another hand pass over and Langwarrin into attack once again. They go to half forward, but the Karingal defence has just got to try and stand tall at the moment. There's 3 in the middle. They had to work it out. They have worked it out, or so I thought, but no, that's a bad kick. There was 3 of them there. The other 2 sort of flooded off to create options, and the ball came right off the side of the boot, over the line for a boundary throw-in. Langwarrin 117. Karingal yet to score. We're live here thanks to, we're streaming thanks to Chisholm Sports Academy, and of course this is the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard for Radio RPP.
Poor Matt Robinson's had Hamill pretty much dead to rights on the lead, and both kicks to him have come off the outside of the boot, but keep presenting and it'll come.
So Andrew Arthur goes over to Mulvo. Both sides have just not settled with their skills as yet.
I reckon this is about his 6th disposal already.
Mulvo goes down the line.
That's out in the full.
And that will be out of bounds on the full. So Jordan Pomeroy will be able to take the free kick there for Karingal.
Sam Glenn just giving Chad Mulvey a bit of a push here and saying that's 1-1.
1-1, yeah, spot on. I like it.
So they've gone inboard, but they're going to turn the ball over. Big Red probably needed to get their hands off. Mulvo can run back onto it. He's pushed off the contest. Big tackle applied by Andrew Arthur, and that is in the back.
Put your mate under the pump there.
Oh, yeah.
Free kick was going the way of Mitch Glenn. Jansen has the footy. He's going to go long. Smythe's going to go back. Darcy Hope could have come back. Could have got it over the back, but he didn't. Golby has the footy now. He's coming out to Bateman. That is Josh Bateman. That's not a great kick. They needed to hit Andrew Arthur and they would have been out.
He was on the back foot there and just put too much height on the ball, and it just took too long to get to the target. Not the start to the grand final you want.
So Jordan Smale has the footy.
Barely 15, that.
Not a big kick there, Vossi. Oscar Whitty has the footy now. He drives it long inside forward 50. Can Darcy Hope take a mark? He can't. Players down at ground for Langwarrin. They're going to get it out by hands.
Ooh,
they have. Blake Peach has got a kick up forward looking for Jared Brown, but coming over the top was Smith. He couldn't take the mark.
Great
Herdman
hands.
with a great hand over to Jakubenko. Norton, he couldn't pick it up off his bootlaces. Bateman, he can come back out to Herdman. He can go over the top, and he's found the player there in Blake Pullen. He can go with a chiseler. It's on here on the wing, certainly. But it's at the goal square. Painenborg, can he get another one? He can. Matty Painenborg has got another goal while it's on in the middle of the ground here, just on the wing between Cal Dixon and Sean Herdman. So Langwarrin have their second of the afternoon.
Just 12 minutes left in the quarter, guys.
Thank
Just
you.
12 minutes left in the quarter.
Thanks, Sus.
So Langwarrin, while that little wrestle was going on centre wing, they went forward, and Matty Painenberg, who scored a goal and a point so far. 2-1-13 Langwarrin. Karingal yet to score. And normally here at Car Street, the scoring end is Car Street. So
It has been all morning, Vossi, but it swung around.
Tell you what, Karingal's forward six are on notice. Just because you're not marking the ball doesn't mean you stop. Their defensive pressure has been nil at the moment. 0.
It's a high kick to half forward, but it's been marked. And it's been marked there by Linda Saunders. It was. He goes out towards the back pocket. Karingal looking to try and clear the area, but that's not a good kick. Still an opportunity at half forward here for Bateman for Langwarrin. He was off the side of his boot and the mark has been taken. Karingal have got numbers out here on centre wing. If the ball gets to the back, doesn't quite get the chance. Now he gets it. He gets at the ball and goes towards
Clever kick.
Alanis in the centre who takes the mark. So Dale Alanis, not the greatest of kicks. And he's just sort of just stretching that, just flexing the calf and just feeling, that felt probably a 3 out of 10 there, I would have thought. He's butted up. He's still out there. Needs to get his hands on the ball, AJ, but that wasn't his best kick.
And I think Langwarrin have settled particularly well in this first 10 minutes. You can see their intent on the ball. They're not making the mistakes that Karingal are. Tackle applied on Whitty. Norton just throws his muscle around.
Oh, it's on again.
As Big Red just has a laugh at Oscar Whitty.
Langwarrin crowd just letting him
You can
know.
see the setup at Langwarrin. Look, there's just players everywhere that
Block
are free.
for Norton. Oh, no.
So free kick going the way.
Descent maybe, but the Karingal player stood straight in front of Matty Norton and blocked his run before he could get to the contest. So something must have happened first there, because that should have been a clear free kick to Big Red.
So Whitty drove it in. Langwarrin are going to exit their defensive 50 by Churcher.
They've done that too easy.
Bateman, Peach, he goes up looking for Herdman. Can't take the mark, and we'll get a throw in just below where we're commentating from here at Skybus Stadium. We can see Blake the Snake, Josh Beard, and the luxury of having Jared Moore, a former AFL assistant, just demanding some stuff on the sidelines, boys, as Norton fisted away. Mulvoke, he's tackled. Bagley, he goes by hand to Bateman. And that was smothered by Cal Dixon. That was Josh Bateman. He's had a hot start, and his brother Joel as well has been good on that far side.
Yeah, Chad Mulvogue. I reckon he's had 8 touches already. Been very good.
And I reckon Big Red's had about 8 hit-outs already.
Yeah.
Maybe a few more. He's been on fire early.
Guys,
Free kick.
I know there's only 13 minutes gone, but there is worrying signs here for Karingal. The way that Langwarrin have started and their intent, and they've just got guys lining up on the outside.
Yeah, and they've had 5 inside 50s, and all 5 of them have been rebounded or turned over. So big trouble.
So Blake Harkness went in short, mark taken by Blake Peach, who has won 3. I think he's won 3 meat trays during the year. Best on ground 3 times the Jones Lapino Best on Ground Award. So a kick out towards half forward goes the ball, and the ball trickles towards the line. Big crowd in attendance, boys, but I guess the true indication, you look down and you see how much space you can see on the ground there, and there's still plenty of space. If you want to come down and you're looking to come down, bring a jumper, but get down and enjoy it, because footy finals are back. We haven't had it for 3 years. Get down and support it.
The Blake Peach runs on the footy once again, pulling. He's going to go in with a chisel looking for Jared Brown. It goes over his head. It's going to trickle out into the forward pocket near the Frankston change rooms, and we'll get a throw in. So, yeah, you're right, Vossi. It's not a bad crowd. There's you look out, the Brian May stand is pretty packed up there. The hill over here to our right is packed, but there's still plenty of spots available. So the ball's going to be worked forward by Langwarrin, but standing there for Karingal is Connor Leslie.
Bit of foot candy.
It goes up to the wing. So Langwarrin have started like a house on fire. Andrew Arthur picks up the footy. He's tackled immediately.
So the panic button for Karingal is only their entry inside 50. I think their back 6 is actually holding up pretty well given the circumstances. They have had some.
That's a volleyball spike from Matty Norton out in the open to Mark Bagley, who's absolutely dumped into the mud.
Got the free kick too. So just back to Karingal just for a second. So their back 6 letting Langwarrin walk it out has created some scores, but the midfield are going okay. Just okay at the moment, but they're not getting punished quite on the scoreboard as maybe a 9 inside 50 count to 4 should. But they're just letting Langwarrin walk the ball out of their forward half, which is not good enough at all.
So Mark Bagley, the former Dolphin, he'd be used to that pocket Vossi before going off for a shower at training.
Yeah, and he would have kicked a few from here, and he's gone inside the man on the mark. He has his shot.
I told ya. There it is. Mark Bagley turns to the crowd and just says, I love this forward pocket here at Frankston.
This is my turf, he's saying, and so he should. And
it's on again.
Yeah,
There's
Karingal.
plenty of spot fires.
Yeah, if I'm Karingal, I'd be worrying about the football more than the opposition for sure. But if the tactic is a Langwarrin one, then I don't mind it. The distraction might be good, just don't do anything silly.
And I think you can see the fact that Langwarrin 3-1-19, Karingal yet to score, and the impact that it's had on Karingal out in the field already, guys. So Brown's into the ruck. Bagley, he gets it from the stoppage. He gets the ball out to Tuddenham. Here goes shorter up the field to Mulvogue. He just takes on Robinson. He uses the afterburners. In he goes, looking for Herdman. He can't take the mark, but Bateman's standing there all alone. He brushes off one. He goes with their hands. Dormer, he's tackled. Cal Dixon has the footy now for Karingal. He goes in with a short one. So they're going to clear through Jansen. They can go out wider. And they've found a target out there. And they've been able to move the footy up a bit better. They've got Sam Glenn in the middle. And it bounces just before him, but they've got it. But they've got nothing else out on this side. Mitch Glenn just come off the bench. And standing all alone are the spares for Langwarrin.
They had 2 of them there. And once again, Karingal's forward 6 just going to let Langwarrin walk this ball out by foot. Although that kick's not good.
They had 2 players and they had another 3 down there. Karingal only had 1. Now it's turned over and a smothered kick off the boot there of Seth Kelly it was. And now Langwarrin will get it and chip out towards defensive 50. They're fiddling around with it a little bit here. Still an opportunity. Golby a hand pass. Wasn't the greatest of ones. Still an opportunity for Karingal. Still looking for their first score in the grand final. What's the umpire giving here? He's giving a free kick. Yeah, so when they go forward, all their numbers are behind the ball. Rather than, they need to keep structure at the moment. There's no structure as far as Karingal are concerned.
Every time Langwarrin have been in their defensive 50, they've always got one spare out here on our broadcast side.
Yeah, all 6 inside 50s have been rebounded, which is a shame for Karingal because they're working really, really hard to get the ball in there. But like as Vossi said, the no structure is spot on, and there's no one on the ground for when the ball does find its way down from the contest.
So Langwarrin have worked the ball up through Peach, then to Mulvo. They're inside forward 50. Dormer's going to win the race here. He's got 3v1. Try to just paddle it back into the corridor. He's applying a lot of pressure, pulling. He's able to effect an ineffective kick. Bagley, he just keeps
clever.
the ball in. Bateman, he goes over the top of his head looking for Bagley once again. He was pulled off the ball. No free kick coming. Bateman, he goes on his left, but that's going to go out of bounds on the full, and Karingal will be able to just calm down and repel.
He's tried to kick that into the showers from before, which is not something that we recommend doing, but yeah, spot on. Karingal have just got to find a way to score. Another little spot fire here on the half-forward flank, and there's going to be a free kick here to Langwarrin, boys.
Yeah, this is all unravelling, although it's only 3 goals. Like the ill discipline
I think it's going to be
of
down the
Karingal
field
here
too.
against Oscar Whitty, and it's going downfield, and Josh Dormer's going to line up for their 4th. We're almost at the 20-minute mark of the first quarter, and Karingal are scoreless.
That panic button being pushed repeatedly. Silly, getting sucked into that. Really silly. And we saw, I think it was Mark Bagley there, the player who was hit after the whistle went. He celebrated to the Langwarrin faithful over the fence. He knew that he'd got one up on his opponent psychologically, which is not what you want in a granny.
This for a 25-point lead, 25-0 if he's successful with this kick. Has the shot, and Josh Dormer puts it through for a goal. The Langwarrin have got the ideal start. They're up by 25 points, 4-1-25. Karingal yet to score, and we're into time on in the opening quarter.
All 4 of their goals that they've managed to kick, no matter where they've been, they've always gone over to the Langwarrin faithful and just gotten them involved in the celebrations, which has been fantastic to see. And I mean, we're just repeating ourselves now when it comes to Karingal. No structure forward of the ball, and they're getting annoyed into some pretty silly free kicks.
We'll have a look at it now. Daz, you've got 2 spare for Langwarrin already.
I'm not sure how that's allowed given the 666, but okay.
Exactly right. It's Jared Brown in the ruck. He gets a tap out over Smith. Ball comes to ground. But we haven't moved too far. We're going to get a secondary stoppage.
Not too many stoppages in this first quarter, which would be making you happy, AJ?
Absolutely.
Flowing game.
So the rucks do battle Blake Peach. He's just going to get a quick kick going forward. And that's the thing with Langwarrin. They're just trying to get it forward at any cost.
Yep. Territory over efficiency.
Absolutely. Blake Peach, he's battling away there. He's had a sensational start. He gets the ball out. Ball going forward. Once again, Mulvo is in battle with Leslie, but Langwarrin are going to win out. Mulvo's got the footy now. He's tackled with a heavy tackle after he's kicked the footy, and it's gone downfield.
Wow.
So once again, Karingal, the ill discipline. Lockie Hinn giving away the free kick. And Langwarrin are going to line up for their 5th of the afternoon. They're currently 4-1-25. Karingal yet to score on the Chisholm Sports Academy scoreboard.
This is ominous, Daz.
Of all the ominous ways that we thought that this game might start, I really didn't have Karingal giving away 3 downfield free kicks for the first 5 scores. Unbelievable.
So, shot at goal to take place. And missing was Joden Jakobenko. So Langwarrin up to 4-2-26. There was a golden opportunity from only 30 metres out. 45 to Karingal, missing that one. Karingal haven't scored. 22 minutes played in the opening quarter. Of course, live tomorrow, Division 1, Bomb Beach Frankston. The preliminary final, winner to play Frankston YCW here next Sunday, and the culmination of what has been a return to football and a very successful one in 2022 as Karingal looked to come in from fullback out towards the broadcast side.
Billy Rolfe was standing there all alone, like the whole time.
Yep.
And he could just read the play and come as a 3rd man up in the contest.
He put a bit of bottle in his hair before this game. He just seems to have a bit of extra colour in his hair today, does Billy. He went inside attacking 50, and the umpire says, I'm going to ball it up. So Langwarrin into attack, 35 metres out from their goal. Right down at the Nepean Highway or beach end of the ground in the opening quarter.
Have a look at the setup from Langwarrin, boys. Hamill and also Golby, the two goalkeepers. Herdman's free as well. So is Churcher.
And they've
sucked the Karingal players into the contest.
Yeah, absolutely. So if a quick kick comes out, Langwarrin are going to be absolutely set. And of course, if it doesn't come out and they keep locking it in, they might create another scoring opportunity. It's a pretty uncomplicated game of footy. Vossi, if you do the right things more often, you'll probably be the best team in the comp, and that's why Langwarrin are undefeated.
100%.
Andrew Arthur gets the handball out, but it was intercepted. Ball's going towards the boundary line. High tackle, and that'll go the way of Karingal. Mitch Glenn will get the free kick.
To the chagrin of the Langwarrin locals, right in front of that kick.
2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Over the top was Smythe. That's a great mark. They can afford to do that because they've got a number of players spare. They've retreated back to Golby. He's going to go out wider. He's found
could even
a
come in
teammate
board
there.
there. Oh, well
in
done.
Stewart. It was smothered. He's put his teammate under pressure. But they're still going to win out here, Langwarrin. So they've gone back to where they first started. They can drive it long. Inside forward 50. Who can stand up and take a mark? Ball comes to the back. And it trickles over the line for a behind. So Langwarrin moved to 4-3-27. Karingal yet to score.
Really good by Jordan Pomeroy there, I think, who got back and got that one over the line. So, like I was saying, the back six for Karingal are holding up all right. It's the midfield fraternity and the forward group that just aren't getting it done.
They haven't worked out yet what's happening with their structure. It's just they just keep turning the ball over again. Langwarrin went out in the contest in the middle of the ground. Numbers are with Langwarrin there, so they will get the ball forward. They go inside attacking 50, going up badly at the back. He actually interfered, did Mark Bagley. The umpire said that is going to be a free kick. It will go to Karingal. And only a minute or so to go in this opening quarter as Langwarrin leading 27 points to 0.
Cal Dixon's only had a couple of touches, and Dale Alanis has only had the one kick, which was a one bouncer over the boundary line. So early on in the game, those two inclusions haven't put their hand up as big contributors yet.
So Max Smith, a hand pass off. Scott Jansen's got it. Now they go with the kick towards the centre of the ground. Mark taken by a man who... I reckon he has used a little bit of colour there, but that's right. He's getting plenty of the ball as Billy Rolfe. So
he's on the podium for sure. You
do that sort of thing. I suppose you've got to be able to play, and Billy can certainly do that. Long kick for Langwarrin inside their attacking 50. That was a waste of a kick and a waste of a late opportunity. Mark taken. So it looks like Karingal aren't going to score in this first quarter, boys, which isn't going to do much for their confidence. And so I think the coach has just got to get them together at quarter time and just try and get the message through, because right now it is just all the Kangaroos, and it's the day to dream of at the moment for Langwarrin. You've won 2 premierships and you're 27 points in front at quarter time, or right with only seconds to go in the first quarter. It is truly the stuff dreams are made of, AJ.
Yeah, absolutely. I've just watched Connor Leslie limp from the ground. It looked like he grabbed his groin, so it's not a great sign for Karingal at all.
Yeah, not a great injury to have either. Not that there are many great injuries to have, but
one way to dull that.
Yeah, that'll hurt for a while.
A couple of beers tonight will dull that. Win, lose or draw.
Absolutely.
A lot of Vossi's problems are solved with the fizz.
So Langwarrin 4-3-27. Karingal yet to score. It is quarter time. And the goal kickers for Langwarrin, Dormer with 1, Bagley with 1, Painenborg with 1, and Andrew Arthur with 1. Obviously, no goal scorers there for Karingal, who are yet to score. So it's all one-way traffic at the moment. Let's see what Karingal can do in this second quarter. We're going to go to a break, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter.
Well, they've got to stand up and be counted. The first 10 minutes here this quarter, if they don't hit the scoreboard early, this game could get away from them very, very quickly. So the umpire holding the ball aloft. Langwarrin going to the car straight into the ground as Big Red in the ruck wins out once again. Knocks down Overrunning the ball there was Bateman. A chance now for Zach Andrew Arthur. He was tackled. He lost control. And there's a high kick inside attacking 50 for Karingal, but it's going to be marked in defence. And it's going to be marked by Nick Hamill at centre half back.
That's their 7th inside 50. Not only have they not created a score, they're not even getting stoppages. All 7 of them have been rebounded by Langwarrin. That's not good enough in a grand final.
Blake Harkness went out towards Luke Church, who takes the mark defensive side of centre wing. He goes in short. Towards short passes boy in Mitch Cuthbert. Big Mitch, what's he going to do here? He goes towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Ball on the ground. A chance for Karingal to get the ball out through Lachlan Hind. It was out towards half back, but it's going to come back inside attacking 50. Going towards the pocket and not taking the mark. Almost a free kick, not to be, says the umpire.
Ooh,
and the umpire has in fact given a free kick to Karingal. And they will take the free kick and go in short towards half-back, but the ball bounces in front and trickles over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, so the same old from Karingal to start this quarter, just no pressure in their own forward 50. It's going to be difficult to score if your front 6 aren't putting up a fight. Although they get a chance to repel, get a free kick.
So Smith's got the footy in his hands, balls it off to Jansen. Bit of a high up and under. Put his teammate in trouble. Langwarrin go inside forward 50. Once again, Payne and Borg over the back. Couldn't run onto it. It's 2v1. Who's going to win out? Dorman's got the footy now. He goes by hand over to Brown. It's going to trickle out and we'll get a throw in.
Big hit, but Langwarrin player is okay. There's a sense, there's a feeling around this ground right now that if Langwarrin click in the opening 10-15 minutes, the door could be shut and locked pretty quickly.
Peach, shot on goal, and he kicks it. Blake Peach.
Star.
When is a door not a door? When it's ajar, and it won't be a jar. It won't be a jar for too long, Daz.
He hasn't gone with that. Surely that didn't go to air, AJ. Surely that hasn't made it to the airwaves. My goodness.
They're going to slam this. My point is that they're going to slam this door right in Karingal's face at the moment.
5-3-33. Langwarrin, Karingal yet to score.
So Blake Peach, believe it or not, boys, was Langwarrin's leading scorer last week. He kicked 3-1 in that final against Somerville. Matty Painenberg kicked 3 in that game. Jared Brand kicked 3 in that game also. So hitting the scoreboard late in the season from the MPNFL Team of the Year captain.
So a big mark taken there. It's Darcy Hope.
It's one of their first marks forward to centre, but it's where do they find a mark from in this kick?
He goes wide to the pocket. It's tracking out. It's going to go out of bounds on the full. And Mitch Cuthbert will take the free kick.
Riley Darcy came out during the season, and Darcy Hope would be there in the forward line or vice versa, but when he comes out, there's no marking option for them there, Daz.
Yeah, Matt Robinson, who kicked 5 last week, just not getting his hands on the footy, not his fault. He's had 4 or 5 leads that he's screamed at his teammates to, and they're not hitting him at all.
So Billy Rolfe drives the ball up to the wing. You can see the ball just hold up in the air. Blake Peach at the front of the contest, although waiting back there, it was Mitch Glenn, and he takes the intercept mark.
He's been solid. He's probably on the podium for Karingal to start this game, and that kick is a beauty.
He finds Alanis in front of Norton. He gets up a bit ginger there. He spreads the ball wider. Found Matthews. They can come back this side. They needed to. Too slow with the footy, Karingal at the moment. They had Jansen, they had Dixon. They've gone out wider. Hinton has the footy now. He goes in and he's found the player in Bartling. So very stagnant ball movement at the moment for Karingal. They go in. That's better looking for Darcy Hope. He's found the footy there on the lead.
Don't think he's got the leg in him, so what happens from here? This is their 9th inside 50.
So contest at the top of the goal square. Ball goes through, and they're going to register their first score of the day. Karingal, it is a behind. Langwarrin 5-3-33. Karingal 1 behind.
Plenty of Bronx cheers going around for Karingal getting a score on the board. The Langwarrin fans have been pretty good with their Bronx cheers for the entirety of the contest. All contests, Fossey?
Yeah, they just calm before the storm at the moment. As they just need to get a bit more noise happening at the moment. Karingal just got to try and take the crowd out of it at this stage because Langwarrin have won 2 flags already today. They're confident. They've got the mark here to Karingal, and they've got the mark through Mitch Glenn, who goes towards the centre of the ground. No mark taken, but a hand pass comes back. Karingal looking to go forward through the agency there of Christian Matthews, it was, who went towards half forward, but it's going to be cleared just there for Langwarrin. A hand pass by, I think that was by Andrew Arthur, went backwards. Ball comes forward towards half forward, wanting a free kick but not getting it. There was Chad Mulvague, and the ball goes over the line, right half forward flank, about 60 metres out from the Langwarrin goal, who are going to the car street into the ground. And on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard, it is Langwarrin 5-3-33. We've played 8 minutes in the second quarter. Karingal 1 behind.
So the ball's thrown in.
Dark clouds
Gets
appearing
over the
too,
back.
guys. If this rains, then that lead seemingly doubles the old footy psychology.
And the ball's just going to trickle out on the broadcast side here at Frankston.
It's been a good day today, so not enjoying this from the footy gods that have brought some dark clouds in, but pretty apt from a Karingal point of view, I think.
See, Ben Charles has just made his way back onto the ground. He's had a great year, the young fella. So we're about to get the ball thrown back in, just outside the 50-metre mark for Langwarrin. Brown doing the ruck work against Smith. Ball comes to Bagley at the front of the contest. Dixon there for Karingal. The players jump on the footy, and the umpire calls for it once again.
Big clash with Matty Painenberg there, who just looked down on him as he was trying to get up. But all fair in that one, nothing untoward at all.
Jansen, he goes long down the line. Mitch Cuthbert standing there. He comes over the top of Hamill and Robertson and affects a spoil, and we'll get a throw in once again.
Yeah, it's not his day at the moment, Matty Robinson Vossi, but all he needs is a moment to get himself into the game and he'll be away.
Just need a spark from somewhere at the moment, Karingal. They had nothing go their way so far.
Oh, it's too easy.
Need to use the ball a bit better, but just need a goal, get the crowd involved, and all of a sudden they might start to play a bit better at the moment. They're not playing great football. Langwarrin, whilst they haven't been super great themselves, they're up by 32 points at the moment. They're doing it easily in the grand final at this stage. Ball goes over once again, right below where we're broadcasting here this afternoon here at Car Street at Skybus Stadium. What a picture it is. Finally, after 3 years, we're back here, Daz. It's unbelievable to be back.
It really is. And I don't reckon there's a bloke you'd want to be tackled less by than Big Red at the moment. He's laid 3 tackles so far, and all of them have been massive ones as well. So good to see the ruckman getting involved defensively.
Golby has the footy. He goes back to Bateman. He goes with a chisel in the middle of the ground. This is going to work out well if they get past. It was to his brother. Bagley, he's dispossessed. Sam Glenn gets a quick kick going forward, and they've got 2 blokes out. And they've absolutely smashed each other there, Karingal. What is happening? This is turning into a comical act from Karingal Footy Club here.
That was Robinson who went through, I think it was Dale Alanis.
Oh, Matty. Matty.
David, it was a fair hit too.
So standing all alone was Mitch Cuthbert. Their structures are standing up well here, Langwarrin.
Just proving to everyone why they're the best team in the competition and undefeated for a reason.
Absolutely. They go out the far side. Bagley rows that off the pack. He goes further afield to Pullen. He goes by hand to Mulvogue. If this sits for him, which it does, he's out. He can go over the top once again.
Get it
He'll
back.
get it back to Mulvogue.
Kick
he
the
can go
goal.
inside forward 50. He has a shot on goal.
Oh, no. Oh, Chad.
And
Oh,
he's
boy.
kicked that 4-0 behind. So Langwarrin move on to 5-4-34. Karingal 1 behind.
He's almost dislocated something in his neck. He threw his head back that quickly after it came off the boot. He didn't slow down, Vossi. Didn't compose himself.
Needed just to steady with a couple more steps, and he had plenty of time. He had his Karingal opponent beaten there. He just had to steady himself to Allow himself that extra second or two. Long kick out of defence for Karingal there towards half back, going up. Mitch Cuthbert couldn't take the mark. Billy Rolfe, ball smothered off his boot. Kick off the ground. Was that in danger? No, said the umpire. That's a free kick for over the shoulder.
Billy Rolfe just a bit clumsy coming in there. But after his first kick, which was an absolute shank, Sam Glenn's worked his way into this contest nicely.
I'm hearing that Somerville won the A-grade netball grand final as well, boys.
Beautiful. Huge congratulations to them.
As the rain starts here at Skybus Stadium.
As if Karingal's job wasn't already hard enough, and now they've got to deal with the rain, boys.
Spot on, Vossi.
That's why the first 10 minutes of this contest was so important. Norton in the ruck. He's going against Smale. A free kick's going to go the way of Josh Bradley. So can they do something with this 4-8 inside forward 50 Karingal?
They're still trying to be a bit physical at the contest, Karingal, and it's not working.
But Darcy Hope was the target. Mitch Cuthbert comes over the top, spoils that out. As the ball just goes into the mud, we'll get a throw in right in front of the Frankston Dolphins change rooms here, Vossi.
And I can tell you quite a few of the Raiders boys are listening to this. If they're not here, they're actually listening. So cheerio to the boys and good luck tomorrow in your 2 grand finals. We'll be there watching. Well, I will be anyhow. Ball up. I think, no, the umpire's letting play go on. No, now we call for a ball up. So inside Karingal's attacking 50. 12 minutes into the second quarter, still without a goal. Not the way this grand final has started for them that they would have envisioned, I would have thought there, boys. Alanis has tackled. And that was a tackle on Dale Alanis there by, I think it was Andrew Arthur, and the umpire says ball it up once again.
And of course, tomorrow, whether you can get down or you'll be in your car, 98.7, 98.3, FM, RPP, DIV2, preliminary final, Bond Beach v Frankston Bombers. Tune in, that is going to be an absolute corker as well. Winner to be here next Sunday against Frankston YCW as Langwarrin win a free kick.
So Smythe it is. He goes with the kick down towards, he received the hand pass and went with the kick down the line towards centre wing. No mark taken. The ball comes through. Overruns Sean Herdman there, and the ball goes over the line. It's seen over there by the Karingal player in Jordan Pomeroy. So blue sky at the moment. There's a bit of blue sky happening, but there's also some dark clouds happening. It is still spitting with rain. They need to eat into this lead to Karingal. At the moment, they just do not even look like scoring a goal. That point that they got was a rush point, incidentally, as well. There's a long kick down towards centre wing. Going back, not taking the mark there was Nick Tuddenham. The ball goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Bit better from Matt Robinson there, who's going to stay around this contest, which is not to pick on him, but a structural problem. They've got no one inside their forward 50. Langwarrin have got a spare man back, and they've only kicked it behind in a quarter and a half of footy. You got to question the planning.
So a free kick's going the way of Robinson. He goes over to Matthews, who can go for a bit of a gallop.
Oh.
He has no football awareness right there, and he is absolutely dumped. Chad Mulvogue.
What is this man right now is playing one of the best halves of footy you're ever likely to see.
He's been sensational, Mulvogue, so far. Going to come out this far side. They've found Bagley. They've got one further afield if he goes over the top. He had Ryan Smythe there, but he goes back to Billy Rolfe. So Bagley goes and gets the footy once again. He goes with a long ball, looking for Brown. He stands under it. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground. Churchill was there for Langwarrin. Pomeroy is in there for Karingal. Andrew Arthur tries to break 3. And the umpire calls for another stoppage. We're about 65 out from goal here, Vossi, and Karingal are in a bit of trouble with Langwarrin doing most of the attacking.
They are in more trouble than a Werribee duck at the moment, boys. To be fair. So trying to go through the middle of the ground here, but they've gone back.
Oh.
They've gone backwards about 20 metres from where they originally started there.
No forward structure. They're in the centre circle moving forward and they're looking for a handball target backwards.
Their confidence is very, very much at a low ebb at the moment, boys. They just can't get any semblance of freedom in their play. Now they might go forward here. They do go forward. There's going to be actually a free kick out of that ruck contest. And, in fact, I was off the ball. The free kick's going to go to Zach Andrew Arthur, who has got it smack bang in the centre of Carr Street. He goes with a kick towards half forward. No mark taken. Ball on the ground. A chance for the hand pass to come out and a kick at goal is going to go. Has that gone through? Has that been marked? That's been marked on the line. The umpire not making an attempt to get to the line, so step back. So that's just been marked inside the field of play. So luckily for Karingal there, Daz.
Yeah, living to fight another day, aren't they? You don't want to say it in the second quarter of a grand final, but they're hanging on. The problem with the notion of hanging on is they're 6 goals down.
So a great mark on the far side. And they're called to play on. They go back to Billy Rolfe. They come into the middle. They've found Harkness. They can come further afield. Smythe can take the mark, and he does. He rolls on. He finds his target there in Luke Churcher. He goes in further afield looking for Payne and Borg. They've got one out the back if it gets over, but it doesn't. It's a 2v1 here at the moment. Churcher takes the mark. He can handball over to Andrew Arthur. He can go back if he wants to. He's just going to drive it long to the top of the goal square. Who can stand up for Langwarrin and take the mark? Ball comes to ground, comes to the front of the contest. Karingal player just dives in. And the umpire's going to call for a stoppage.
What does Vossi always say? 2 hands for beginners, and the Karingal defenders tried the one-handed pick-up. Not something you want to be doing. 33 points down, 40 metres out from your defensive goal.
19 minutes in the second quarter, still without a goal of Karingal. One behind Langwarrin, 5-4-34 in the grand final. And the umpire's calling for the ball once again at right on attacking 50 here. That Carr Street into the ground, Langwarrin into attack. Trying to charge through there, but not to be. The umpire says once again, I'll ball it up. So Langwarrin just playing this game as they want at the moment. Whilst it's not a high scoring for them, it's certainly not any better. They couldn't be going in their defensive half here, Langwarrin. They're just doing it very, very well. Haven't conceded a goal in the grand final as yet. That is holding the ball.
Good decision.
And the free kick's going to go here to Langwarrin, and they will be having a chance to kick a goal. Pretty much a similar sort of distance to what Adam Ludwig kicked the winning point for Pines a few years ago. Maybe just a little bit inside that angle, but similar distance.
Blake Harkness, the man with the ball. Haven't seen him venture forward too much in the 2 games that we've seen, boys. And we know what happened with Patterson in the reserves game. A defender venturing forward.
There's a shot. And there is a goal. And the goal has been put through by Blake Harkness, and this game is in danger of evaporating right before Karingal's eyes. 6-4-40, Langwarrin, Karingal 1 behind. We are just about to hit time on, and how long have we got to go in this quarter, I wonder? It shouldn't be too much longer to go. I've still got a minute before time on, but hasn't been many goals, but it doesn't matter. Langwarrin in control here, boys.
Absolutely, 6-4-40, leading Karingal 1 behind, so 39-point lead. Approaching half-time here. Brown into the ruck now. Big red off for a rest. What can Karingal do here? Andrew Arthur runs onto it for Langwarrin. He goes by hand backwards. And the player there was absolutely dumped as he got the footy away in Charles, but further afield.
Really good
We've got a
tackle.
stoppage.
So still 5 minutes to go in this half, boys. So Karingal, if they are to have a semblance of hope that's not just Darcy, they're going to need 1 or 2 here.
So Dixon went long looking for hope, couldn't take the mark. Alanis off the pack, goes over the back. But standing there was Hamill taking a very good mark he's going to be able to relieve for Langwarrin. They went back to Charles. Over the top they go. Ball hits the ground. They can just get out of pressure, but they can't. It's been smothered. Ball goes up. Who can they find? The one and only Mitch Cuthbert coming out of full back like he should be a full forward, boys. And he should turn around and tell the Karingal full forward that's how you do it.
Short passes, man crush here. Mitch Cuthbert, he's a good defender, isn't he?
Best in the comp.
Yep, spot on. Named in the defence, of course, in the MPNFL Team of the Year, rightly so. One of 5 Langwarrin recipients in the 22, making up over just under a quarter of the squad.
So players are just over the footy here. The umpire's going to call for it once again. Joel Bateman's been good for Langwarrin in this quarter. Big Red back into the ruck. Free kick's going to go the way of Karingal. Can they get something going and some momentum before half-time?
See, that there is play on.
Free kick was going towards Oscar Whitty. They go in. Billy Rolfe comes to the front. Bradley has the footy. He has to go backwards to Robertson. Shot on goal. Goes across goals. And it's going to trickle out and we'll get a throw in deep in the forward pocket for Karingal.
Just under about 3 minutes to go in the second quarter, and they just got to give themselves one chance, one shot. Here it is. No.
Alanis had a shot on goal, but that's gone out of bounds on the full. So Langwarrin 6-4-40. Karingal 1 behind. Chisholm Sports Academy scoreboard. Also the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard for the radio coverage. Langwarrin 39-point lead coming into half-time.
Kick out towards Herdman. Goes up to take the mark. Ball falls to the ground. Packet players develop there, and the umpire's going to have to call for a ball up, I would have thought. Yes, he does. So 39-point lead it is for Langwarrin. 22 minutes played in the second quarter. Big Red was kept out of that contest. Now the umpire's given a free kick.
Karingal again.
It's going to go to Max Smith, who is looking to go with an option.
Oh, no.
And I guess that's why you don't let Ruckman kick the ball. Baz.
Oh, yeah, that sums up their first half, that 10 seconds right there.
That was a poor kick. He went for an option and then decided against it, and then he thought, well, I'll kick it, and then he kicked it to a man who was 20 metres in the clear. He'll get the ball back here, will Max Smith.
It's a nice ear message from Sean Herdman.
Well, that are 2 of the worst floaters I've seen in my life.
If you're Karingal, go around him.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to do what Dramana did to Shane Tennant in the late game we saw late in the season. Go around him and trying to shift the defence around. Because right now, this Langwarrin defence, their structure is just staying put. They're rooted to the ground. They're not being moved. They can't be moved.
Spot on. Looking very impenetrable right now.
Now 2 minutes to go in this second quarter here. 39-point lead to Langwarrin. Karingal going towards a slight scoring end towards the Nepean Highway. Tackle applied. Umpire circles and calls for it.
Well, they've had the territory game locked up for the last 3 or 4 minutes here, Karingal, and unfortunately it's just not being shown on the scoreboard.
Shot a goal for Whitty. Has he kicked there first?
It stayed in.
That's a goal.
It has. He has kicked there first of the afternoon, Oscar Whitty.
That's what they needed.
They just needed something on the board going into half-time. Much of the disgust of the Langwarrin defenders who thought that they spoiled the ball through or brought it back in without going over the line. So Langwarrin 6-4-40, Karingal 1-1-7.
Some good reward for a 3-minute patch where they kept the ball in their forward half, and it was just a snap out of the contest, a half chance by Whitty, but he's done really well there, and a steadier for Karingal.
Norton in the ruck. Jansen gets the ball in the clearance. He goes to that man who just kicked the goal, Whitty. Matthews goes looking for Badams. He's had a quiet day, haven't called his name too much. Sam Glenn, he gets the ball going inside forward 50. He mung that once again. Darcy Hope playing a bit of basketball. Billy Rolfe is going to exit the defensive 50, but standing all alone is Sam Glenn, and he's going to take the mark. He can go inboard, but it's spoiled by Jakubenko. Ball comes back out to Jansen. He's retreating. He's going backwards. He's got nowhere to go.
Clever kick in the end.
Free kick's going to go the way of Mitch Glenn.
Go. There's only about a minute left.
So he's going to drive it inside forward. 50 looking for Alanis. Goes over his head. Plenty of Kringle numbers at the fall of the ball.
Clever.
Whitty, he goes out to Dixon, and he finds Cal Dixon.
Has he got the
about
leg?
40 metres out on an angle. And he'll have to go back and look for Karingal's second of the afternoon. So he's going to kick after the siren here.
This is big if he puts it through.
In he comes. Shot on goal. Doesn't make the distance.
Oh,
and that is not a great kick. So it is half-time here in the Division 2 Grand Final. Langwarrin 6-4-40. Karingal 1-1-7. We'll be back for the start of the third quarter. He's absolutely chockers of Langwarrin supporters there, Daz.
Absolutely. It's going to get messy down there tonight with the Triple Crown, let me tell you.
So just waiting for the last few spectators to get off the ground now.
That's it, and as we know with celebrations, have fun, keep it safe between yourselves, other people and property, and most of all, enjoy it.
So we've got to start here in the second half. Norton, he gets a tap down. Jansen was there for Kringle, but he's wrapped up straight away, and we'll get another stoppage.
As Vossi gets ready to come and dominate, as we know. Big start needed for Karingal.
Once again, we haven't moved too far. We'll have a secondary ball up.
One of AJ's favourite parts of the game.
Absolutely.
The stoppages.
Norton just gets a fist going forward. Churcher goes with a bouncing ball. Brown hasn't had a big impact today, but he's there structurally to help the forward line. Pomeroy, he goes away with it. Sam Glenn wants to get back on his left. He's going to come out the broadcast side. Although Alanis turned his back for a bit. He gets a spoil in. Churcher has the footy now. He gets a handball out to Andrew Arthur over the top of Blake Peach. Can he brush off one? He does.
Like a fly.
Over to Mole Vogels in his running capability there. As Sam Glenn came in, he was all wrapped up, and we'll get another ball up pretty close to the boundary line there, right in front of the Kringle coach's box as Norton and Smith do battle. Cal Dixon, he's tackled immediately by Tuddenham. Bradley, Jansen, he just wants to get a ball going as far away from the Langwarrin forward line as possible.
Great courage.
Quick kick going forward by Tuddenham. They've got Rovers out here, Langwarrin. Jansen has the footy now. Bradley, he goes up, looking for Sam Glenn, bounces out, and we'll get a throw in right under where we're broadcasting here at Skybus Stadium.
Tell you what, Lachlan Cowell, I should say, pretty unlucky not to get a free kick just earlier for getting a ultimate ear massage, but there's a bit of a chip on the shoulder for Karingal here. I'm enjoying their start.
Bradley, he gets a clearance going up towards Alanis. Players dive on him. And once again, the umpire calls for it.
As we welcome back Vossi.
Thank you, Daz.
Going to be a big start here, mate.
Yeah, look, this is just do or die. Like, they've kicked one goal for the game. It's going to be mighty hard, but they've just got to try and get themselves into this game. They've got to try and maybe work defence, builds attack. Maybe, I don't know. They need the first goal in this second half, but Langwarrin's defence is very hard to penetrate. There's a quick kick forward for Karingal towards.
They've got an extra.
Inside attacking 50. It's taken by Darcy Hope. A long kick towards a one-on-one contest in the square. Ball knocked down. A chance. Tackle
Yep,
high. Yep. Tackle high. Free kick. I think that's going to Christian Matthews, I think, AJ.
It is, Vossi. You're spot on there. So Matthews will go back and line up.
And how much more dangerous do they look when they kept their high forwards up? Tell you what, Darcy Hope's pretty grateful this is resulting in a goal. I think he had Lunda Saunders all on his own, about 15 metres ahead of him, that he ignored, but they still had an extra running inside 50, and it's resulting in this shot at goal. And Vossi, I hate to speak the obvious, but this just has to go through.
It has to go through.
It's as simple as that. Umpire's hat, straight over it, son. Start again.
So he misses.
Never liked it.
So 25 out, and it was a poor kick off the boot. It was always right. 1-2-8 Karingal, Langwarrin, 6-4-40. We've played 4 minutes in the second half here of the 2022 Division 2 Grand Final.
Billy Rolfe brings the ball back in from fullback. Cal Dixon with a kick inside forward 50. At least they've had repeat entry, but there's a free kick going the way of Dale Alanis.
Here's the momentum.
So the skipper here for Karingal will go back and try and get their second of the afternoon.
What's the one thing you don't want to be doing too much of when you got sore calves? Trying to kick 50 metres. This will take a huge kick with 2 sore calves, boys.
In he comes. Crosses the 50-metre line. Shot on goal. Never liked that as well. Went back straight away. So Karingal move on to 139. Langwarrin 6-4-40.
Yeah, they've let a couple of opportunities slip, so you got to wonder, does Langwarrin take advantage of their non-chances and go coast to coast, or can they lock the ball in and try for one more score?
So Karingal doing the attacking in the early part of the third quarter. Going to the car, straight into the ground. Sun's prevailing now.
And the crowd numbers are outstanding right now, outstanding.
The 2 number 14s, a bit of numerology happening there.
Mm.
And the umpire says, I'm going to throw the ball up. So once again, Big Red wins the ruck contest, taken by Dixon. He was tackled. The umpire says, I'm going to ball it up.
I'm not sure if it's a genuine tag, boys, but Levi Dixon has stood next to Blake Peach for every stoppage so far in this third quarter.
We'd want to get a little bit tighter there, Daz.
Yeah,
He keeps
absolutely.
racking them up.
So there's a kick down towards half forward. It's knocked away from Josh Stormer. It's picked up for Karingal. They go down the line towards centre wing. They've got the man loose at the back there, Karingal, but there was an interference. There was a push in the back, and the free kick is going to go here, and it's going to go to Luke Churcher, and he goes in short. Looking there for an option who he didn't quite get. Is there a free kick? No, says the umpire. Might have been a free kick there, AJ.
That's a body spoil at its absolute best.
I think it might have been a free kick there as well, Michael Voss, but it wasn't forthcoming as the 2 rucks do battle. Goes over the head of both of them. Churcher turns into it. He's going to get a free kick.
I don't think there's a guiltier sign in football than once you've committed your act, you throw both the arms in the air and look straight at the umpire as if to say I didn't do it. Doesn't often work.
So Churcher goes towards Herdman, and he takes a great mark with the 1 juke.
That's what a 200 gamer does in a 2-on-1 contest.
Mark Bagley coming around.
Oh, no.
Off the side of his boot. Dormer hit his chest, bounced off. Tackle applied. Another tackle applied. Shot at goal. And Langwarrin get another one on the board.
Ooh. That's just about it.
When you consider that Karingal had done all the attacking for the first sort of 5 minutes, boys, and then, or most of the attacking, and then all of a sudden Langwarrin take it down the other end, and that really hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, Christian Matthews was a little bit of a difficult shot, but couldn't put it through. Dale Alanis couldn't put it through. They go down the other end eventually. It took them a couple of minutes, but they were able to get that one home. That is seriously deflating for a side that were trying to get back into this contest in a big way.
So ball on its way back to the middle. Here it is back in the middle. Just waiting for the umpire to get things started once again. Langwarrin with that early goal, 7-4-46. Karingal 1-3-9 in the grand final. So, ball taken by Andrew Arthur. He gets the ball out. It's taken by Golby. Another hand pass, and now they are away with a kick towards Churcher at half-back. If he could take the mark, he couldn't quite do it. He gets around his opponent, though, Luke Churcher. He goes to the kick down towards centre wing, standing in front and taking the mark there is the player in Ben Charles, who goes in short. Mark taken by Blake Peach. Kick to Zach Andrew Arthur, his good mate there in the middle of the ground. He's the middlemen Musketeers there for Langwarrin. They're doing a fantastic job for them once again. They run to half forward. They go towards centre half forward with the kick, but that was a shocker, and the mark has been taken, and Karingal should be able to clear.
Yeah, they had all the space in the world there, Langwarrin. Just tried to be a little bit too cute there. They could have just about put the nail in the coffin there, but Karingal get out of jail.
So the ball's on the far side in front of the Brian Mace grandstand. Charles puts his body on the line. He butters back up. He's tackled immediately. And the umpire's going to call for it. So 7-4-46, Karingal 1-3-9.
And just like the first half, there are only 2 players for Karingal inside their forward 50. 37 points down. I've got no idea why that's the structure. Langwarrin have got Billy Rolfe standing all on his own at centre half back. If they do try to cut through the corridor, it doesn't make sense as a side that needs to kick probably 9 goals in a half to win.
That's right. Miss Smythe with a handball, but Bagley put his head over the footy, but it's come out to Mitch Glenn for Karingal in the middle of the ground. He goes in looking for Alanis. Ball spoiled away from him, but he butters up. He's going to have another shot on goal. They've got a goalkeeper there the whole time, Langwarrin. It's not even going to score. So Hamill, he goes out to the far side. Bateman, he goes in short. Mark was taken. So they're able to just slow the footy down. Langwarrin, they can do what they please. That was Zach Andrew Arthur, who goes long looking for Norton. And the balls are scored out by Mark Bagley, and we'll get a throw in.
Yeah, things are just falling down structurally for Karingal. The ball is just walking its way out, like you said. They've had goalkeepers, the forward structure for mine. I won't keep harping on it, but it's a strange one considering they're playing catch-up. They got to risk losing by 100 points to try and win it. No point going down by 25, 30 points in a grand final. This
is the sort of play you've got to try and do. Go towards the corridor. Now Langwarrin actually switched it all the way across towards the broadcast side. A hand pass by Smythe. Taken by Bateman, it was.
And if they had more forwards, they'd be able to go. But they currently turned the ball over in their forward half, and they had to stop and kick it to spares.
And there was 2 Langwarrin players there, both of which didn't really read that one, and it was almost a mark to Karingal inside their attacking 50, but not to be. Churcher overruns the ball now. It's picked up, and a quick kick by Kelly it was towards the pocket, but it's gone over the line for a boundary throw-in. Karingal deep into attack, going to the car straight into the ground in the third quarter. They're 1-3-9, and Langwarrin are 7-4-46, and that's on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Yeah, so it's definitely not a tag with Levi Dixon, who's about 45 metres out, and he's standing right next to Chad Mulvogue. So he's been accompanying the 2 best players on the park.
Of course, the Melbourne Storm are playing at 5:40, and Collingwood playing Fremantle tonight at 7:40, or 7:20 might be. Well, they're playing tonight anyhow. There's so many different time zones, you just never know what it actually is sometimes, Daz.
Yeah, good point, Vossi. And of course, tomorrow, Olympic Park Rosebud, Bond Beach, Frankston Bombers, the winner to play YCW here at Skybus Stadium next Sunday.
So Jackie Benko has the footy on half-back. He goes up to the wing looking for a target. No mark was taken. Ball's along the ground. Free kick's going to go to that man, Jackie Benko, once again against Jordan Pomeroy.
Yeah, it hasn't been his day. Big Jordan. And don't worry, he's got about a dozen or so teammates, probably more in that same boat with him too.
So Painenborg was pushed out. It's good mark by Lockie Cow. Over to Cal Dixon. He goes wide looking for Alanis, but he falls over. Not a great kick. Tuddenham, he can go up fighting Mulvogue, and he can get it and go. He goes in with a chisel looking for Bagley, but it's spoiled away from him, and we'll get a throw in right in front of the impressive light towers here at Skybus Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. They look like they could illuminate all the way up to my joint. But it's a great structure here, great ground, and I'll tell you what, the crowd that's built throughout the day have been extraordinary, and it's going to get loud if you're in the Langwarrin area at about 7 o'clock this evening.
So Billy Rolfe intercept mark once again.
If he's not the best on the ground, he's top 2 or 3.
He drives it inside forward 50. Ball's going to come to ground. Herdman. He comes through the pack. Players just trying to extract it out. Sam Glenn does just that. Karingal going to turn the footy over though. Comes out to Billy Rolfe. Has anyone actually gone near him today?
And to think he's got the hair, he's not that difficult to miss. But
exactly right. Andrew Arthur has the footy now. He just gets it and goes. He's got Herdman in a good spot. If he can take the mark, ball just drifts late. Comes to the back. Mitch Glenn goes with an underground hand pass. Geordie Pomeroy over to him. He comes away with it. But standing there's 3 Langwarrin players right there.
That has to be deliberate.
That's deliberate.
It has to be. No Karingal player within 25 metres.
He's kicked that centre half back at the 50. He's kicked it out to centre wing. There's not a Karingal player within 50 metres of the ball. That's deliberate every day of the week.
Yeah, I'm with you, Vossi.
My issue is that there was 3 Langwarrin players standing there. I'm not sure why he's going there, but anyway, ball comes in. Bateman. He's all locked up.
Yeah, you just give it to the Langwarrin player. You say, there's your free kick for deliberate out of bounds. That's what it should have been. AJ?
So we'll get a stoppage right on the centre wing here, right in front of the broadcast position. Ball's on the ground. Blake Peach is caught in one arm. He gets a quick kick, and that's out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, good decision because he was given an eternity to try and dispose of the footy.
Matthews goes by hand to Jansen. He's been good once again for Karingal. He's going to drive it long, looking for Darcy Hope. We haven't seen much of him. Cuthbert has worn him like a glove. The ball trickles out, and we'll get a throw in.
Blake Peach had a look of anguish on his face there, Daz. And, I could read what he was thinking. Radio's here, and I'm not going to get best on ground today.
Yeah, no meat tray on offer, so he's...
Billy Rolfe's probably the man at the moment.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's between him, Chad Mulvogue, and then, Blake Peach certainly heading up tier 2, probably with Zach Andrew Arthur as well. Mark Bagley. Plenty to choose from.
So Bateman was dispossessed. Hope's in there for Karingal. And another stoppage once again. What do they need to do, Vossi? What can they do?
You just got to shuffle the names around on the board, don't you? You just got to try and find a formula that gets you the job done. A bit like what, well, dare I say it, Essendon beat Hawthorn in '84 and Kevin Sheedy made all these moves. It happens every once in a while, but you've just got to try and do something because what they're doing at the moment isn't working, AJ.
Tell you what, you can't tell me the Langwarrin crowd aren't passionate. They're up by 37 points. A clear in-the-back free kick is paid, and they're still not happy.
Kick to half forward. Almost to mark. There by Dolby. Quick kick forward for Karingal. 2-on-2 contest, about 30 out from goal. Here's a chance for Karingal. The player there in Josh Bradley fell over. It enables Golby to get the ball out. He goes out towards his teammate there in Jared Brown, who drops the mark, and the ball goes over right in front of a flock of supporters down there.
How can Langwarrin continually have players just standing there all by themselves?
Yeah, Karingal coming up to the contest because they don't want to get beaten out the back, but
they've got to roll the dice.
If you're going to lose the grand final, lose it by plenty trying to win the thing. Blake Peach again.
Charles.
Goodness me.
He goes up the line, ball bouncing, and it bounces out into the Langwarrin dugout, and we'll get a throw in. Once again on the centre wing here at Skybus Stadium. Thanks to Bendigo Bank, also to Chisholm Sports Academy. So ball thrown in. Smale and Jared Brown doing the ruck work. Harkness was tackled immediately, and we'll get another stoppage.
Sam Glenn indicating there that he might have been taken high and might not have realised that the man that hit him in the face was his own teammate, so that's unfortunate.
Andrew Arthur over to Peach.
How many times have we called that this year?
It certainly rolls off the tongue pretty easily, does.
Yeah, bloody oath it does.
So once again, we'll get another throw in on centre wing.
See, I know they want to probably wait, Karingal, wait, and then roll the dice and go in a momentum-filled sort of last quarter. But, they're only one goal away from having just absolutely no chance. So you got to wonder why they're not just rolling with it now. Geez, I was barely 15.
It doesn't help when you've only kicked one goal for the afternoon as well, Daz.
Yep, spot on, but probably tells you need a change.
So the ball is high and long. Smith taking the mark.
Right, yeah, good call handballing it, because his first 2 kicks, oh boy.
So Cuthbert, he just edges Hope out. Hamill runs onto it for Langwarrin. Tuddenham, he goes back over to Cuthbert. But smartly done. It's going to go out, and we'll get a throw in deep inside the Karingal forward 50. It's 7-4-46, playing Karingal 1-3-9. As you mentioned, it's probably out of reach for Karingal at the moment, but they just want another goal here, Langwarrin, and then the party time will probably start happening. 5
minutes left in the third quarter. Dear Karingal, the time to go is now. Do you think we've underestimated Mitch Cuthbert's role today? Darcy Hope has been extraordinary throughout the final series. He had to stand up. He kicked 2-4 last week, but he could have easily kicked 6 or 7. And
so
he's
they
been
get
in
one on the board. Sorry, Daz.
No, you're right.
Seth Kelly, he gets Karingal's second on the board. So they're going to move on to 2-3-15. So can they at least get some momentum going from that?
One more before three-quarter time probably keeps the door ajar a touch. But what do you think, Vossi? Mitch Cuthbert's role, do you think it goes under the radar?
Probably does a little bit. Look, he just does it every week. No, you just expect it of him.
Don't think it's helped that Darcy Hope hasn't had great delivery either, and he's probably been a 2v1 every time.
Yeah, when you're missing your partner in crime down there, it doesn't. There goes your structure, or part of your structure. There's a knockdown by Norton, quick kick by Andrew Arthur. It was towards half forward for Langwarrin, looking to have an answering goal. Zach Andrew Arthur just running onto the ball, tried to tap it to a teammate, but in the end, it's going to be a free kick. It's going to go to Karingal.
Matt Robinson also hasn't been a factor. He kicked 5 last week against Somerville, and they won by 5 goals.
So there's a kick by Sam Glenn. It was towards half-back. Big jump. Bridgestone select contender for the mark of the day. So all of a sudden, Karingal just playing a little bit better, but they're well behind on the scoreboard, and they really probably need another 2 goals before three-quarter time without Langwarrin registering, boys, to give themselves any chance.
Yeah, only a couple of minutes left, around about 3 minutes left to go. So if they can get one more, that'll keep it to 25 points. The door will be slightly ajar.
Free kick's going to go the way of Langwarrin. Blake Harkness will take it.
You'd expect Langwarrin had run this game out very well, but remembering they have only played the one game in 5 weeks, so that's probably a thing to take into consideration as well. Karingal have just got to try and get it, and they've just got to try and run. They've got to hand pass. They've got to do whatever they can, get that ball moving forward. They go to half forward with a kick, and that's a good mark.
That's a fantastic mark.
And it's a great mark taken by Golby, it was. Hayden Golby at centre half back, goes out towards Churcher at half back, takes the mark. He can play on Luke Churcher. He goes in short, looking for a teammate there in Sean Herdman. The ball goes over the line, though, for a boundary throw-in. Langwarrin 7-4-46, Karingal 2-3-15. We're nearly at three-quarter time. We're 22 minutes into the third quarter in the grand final.
Hayden Golby, is that any relation to Mitch, the former Brisbane player, do we know? I think he was a Victorian boy.
Not too sure there, Daz.
All right.
Ball comes out to Smith. Mitch Glenn. He's probably been one of their better players. Cuthbert just gets a spoil. Out to Churcher.
He's been
Blake
good,
Peach.
Luke Churcher.
Battery World now open.
Blake Peach has the footy. He goes by hand. Over the top. Quick kick by that man we've just spoken of in Churcher, but it's going to be intercepted by Matt Robinson.
He has been good, Luke Churcher.
Yeah, he has been good, yep, absolutely. I think Blake Peach has also moved his way past Chad Mulvogue, I think, for mine. In the best on-ground department, it's just been an outstanding performance.
There's a 1-on-2, and there's the second one there in the contest was Mitch Cuthbert just trying to
ball.
take the mark with one hand.
Good decision, umpire.
And
Darcy Hope gets a little win there.
So can Darcy Hope get the ball in there? Get it in there before Langwarrin flood back. He gets it towards the forward pocket. Going up there, but no mark was taken. The ball knocked to ground. A chance for Langwarrin to get the ball out of trouble through Peach. It was towards Mitch Cuthbert. He went in short, and the mark's taken by Mark Bagley, right below where we're broadcasting here this afternoon. 31 points is the margin. 23 minutes into the third quarter here at Car Street at Skybus. Hand pass, Mulvogue to Rolfe. Billy Rolfe goes with a low, scrubby-looking kick, and it just stops and props, and it's just like musical chairs. Just go and run onto that, boys.
Coming back too high, Langwarrin.
There's a free kick at half forward, and it is going to go here to Nick Tuddenham. And with a surname like that, you'd think he might be a relation down the line, AJ, to the great Tuddenhams of the past.
He certainly didn't handball like him just then,
No.
but
Not going to be long in this quarter either, so if Karingal can hold up 31 points.
1 minute to go in the quarter.
There you go.
Karingal need a goal, boys.
Absolutely.
so the ball's just inside forward 50. It's going to be taken out by Matthews. He goes on his left looking up for Darcy Hope. That's
Great
a strong
hands.
mark.
Go.
He can go inboard.
That's it. Oh.
But he's just cooked the kick a little bit. Harkness pulling with a kick. He goes up looking for Herdman. Spoil from behind. Mulvogue. He's doing the chasing. Robinson's been good since he's gone back. Puts Dixon under pressure though. Smith with a handball out. Bagley, he just falls over. He just brushes off 1 and 2. Handball over to Blake Peach. He's going to nail it inside forward 50 with a low Chisler. No mark taken. Mulvogue.
No way.
And he have a shot at goal.
No
And he
way.
has. He's kicked it.
No
Chad
way.
Mulvogue.
Well, someone's just told him I've kicked him out of BOG and he's gone cop that, Daz. So that's fair.
Chad Mulvogue just gets around to the whole crowd down there and in that pocket.
That's one hand on 3 premiership cups. What a footy club.
So 8-4-52, Kringle 2-3-15.
Chad Mulvo comes to the bench to rapturous applause.
As you would.
Absolutely.
So, 37 points. You'd think it's too big a bridge to try and bridge the gap on here, boys. It is really at that time now where you think Langwarrin, they can feel as though they've broken Karingal in this game.
Just got to go. There's not long left. Only about 10 or so seconds. So,
To be honest, Fossey, I think they broke him in the first 5 minutes.
Well, you could probably say that they the first quarter 4 goals to nothing. They probably did then. But
This is the same thing all day.
yep.
Billy Rolfe has been able to
Yep.
just drift in and take a 2v1 mark. He helps out Mitch Cuthbert, who's been sensational. But Langwarrin 8-4-52, Kringle 2-3-15. It's 3-quarter time. We'll be back for the start of the 4th quarter. And welcome back to Skybus Stadium here in Frankston. 3-quarter time, and it sees Langwarrin 8-4-52 playing Kringle 2-3-15. Thank you to Bendigo Bank, our wonderful sponsors. The stream is also being sponsored by Chisholm Sports Academy. So it's 3-quarter time, as we mentioned. It looks like Langwarrin are going to have their hands on the Senior Cup in about half an hour, guys. That'll mean 3 for the day. They've been fantastic. A late goal there to Chad Mulvogue, who's been sensational. Dazio wrote him off for the best on ground, and he just turned around and just giving you the salute up here. So for mine, I think he's edged himself in front at the moment, although Blake Peach is certainly on his heels.
Yeah, the Chad's just... he must have got the message somehow that Blake Peach was ahead of him, and he thought, well, I'm going to put a right to that straight away with the goal of the day. So, yeah, I think he's the number 1 at the moment. Blake Peach, the number 2, and I've still got Billy Rolfe in there at number 3. I haven't seen a defender play a game this good. Yes, he's been the spare man back at times. Yes, the Karingal entries have not been great, but not only have I not seen him drop a mark yet, I don't think I've seen him miss a kick. He's done more right things than I think 40 other blokes on the ground. So a massive shout out to him, and probably one that, although he was in a big contingency of players, mightn't have been a massive shout at the start of the game to maybe have played as good as he has. So a huge shout out to him. I think he's been awesome.
Yeah, it certainly helps that Billy Rolfe, I think people are allergic to going near him, Daz.
Yeah, there must be some weird ingredients in that peroxide that he's put into his hair. That's just made the Karingal players say, no thanks, mate. You can have a paddock, which is a bold strategy, I would have to say. But he's been fantastic. And Mitch Cuthbert as well, who's kept Darcy Hope, especially in the front 60 metres for Karingal, has kept him largely invisible. I've enjoyed Hope's work up the ground. He's been pretty physical at times, which has been good to see, but anywhere near a scoring position, and he just hasn't had that access. Matt Robinson, who kicked 5 last week, has now gone to a half back line, given how little of the footy that he was getting. So as far as Langwarrin are concerned, this has just been a perfect afternoon, and an 8-4, 52 to 2-3, 15 scoreline reflects that.
This bloke just coming through the gate. Obviously, we're on the radio as well that you won't be able to see him. But if that's not Mick Malloy's doppelganger, I don't know who is.
Yeah.
Not him, is it?
Probably is.
Yeah, probably.
Probably having a cold one down here. Skybus Stadium.
He's got to cheer someone on now that his Tigers aren't represented in
That was funny stuff Thursday night. Did you watch, Daz?
in the seniors.
Yeah.
I did catch it,
It was
Vossi.
good, wasn't it? Best show on TV. That and the bounce.
When they turned around and said, no, it can't be full this time, you can see that. And he was like, no, we're looking after you, you're our mate, and all this sort of stuff. And they absolutely laid it on. It was funny as.
Well, rightly so after the Carlton karma that he delivered there. But, of course, if you're not able to make it to Skybus today and you've been listening on your radio, we really appreciate it. And you can catch us tomorrow at Olympic Park, Rosebud. Either live or on your radio, 98.7 or 98.3 FM. That, of course, being Bond Beach and the Frankston Bombers, the 5th-placed Frankston Bombers, who Vossi has tipped to go through to the grand final to play Frankston YCW. And, boy, wouldn't that pack out Skybus Stadium.
Just looking to see an electrifying player of the past just make his way off the ground there. Peter Dole, just talking to the man in the Karingal jacket down there. He's just making his way off.
Yeah, if I could give a piece of advice to these guys, less talk, more walk, I reckon. Let's hop off the ground so we can finish the grand final. And, of course, Friday, 4 till 6 p.m, AJ and I will be driving you home with all aspects of sport. We talk to a lot of sporting clubs around the peninsula to catch you up on what's happening, as well as the latest footy, cricket, all the senior sport as well, so you can join in RPP all across your weekend, boys.
He was an electrifying player, Peter Dolce. He kicked the ball out of sight. 2x Piersdale played at Karingal as well. Super player he was back in the day.
1 quarter to go for DIV2 football for 2022. We made it, Vossi, after a couple of COVID-affected years, of course. Footy's back.
Footy's back, and, well, it's taken Langwarrin this long, but they're on the cusp of winning the premiership. They're 37 points in front. They've kept Karingal to 2 goals. So it's Langwarrin's right now. Unless Karingal can play the quarter of their lifetime, this game you'd think is but a distant memory. So start of the last quarter. Well, Darcy Hope's been moved into the ruck, so there's something different in here. Just trying to jump at Big Red. Ball comes out, quick kick, and it's been marked. It's been marked there in the centre by the player in Sam Glenn, who's looking to play on. He goes out towards his teammate there, who takes the mark, and Christian Matthews. Just a goal to start the last quarter. Just
Jack Harms limping off the ground too, boys, for Karingal here.
Would be
Scott
great for them, but not to be. The Langwarrin defence again winning out. Short pass mark taken by the Chad once again.
Bit hard for Harms when he played in the seconds, does.
Yeah.
Unless he's just...
Yeah, that's not my finest moment in the grand final, let me tell you.
So Mulbogut was out towards his teammate in Tuddenham, who's got it. He goes to the quick kick, but it's been marked there for Karingal. Might not have been enough distance, so called to play on. Now Langwarrin with a chance. A quick kick down the line, mark taken by Gerard Brown. He goes to the kick towards half forward. And that is like a training drill for them. They've taken it from the back pocket all the way down to centre half forward. And they've got an opportunity here. Might be a little bit too far out to score, but still going back to have the shot at goal. And margin currently is 37 points. And this to make the margin a whopping 43 points.
This is to get the super glue out, put it on both hands, and attach it straight to the Premiership Cup, because they won't be letting it go if this goes through.
Well, if you were Dramana from a number of years ago, Dramana lost a couple of cups, actually. They in their celebrations, they actually lost when they beat Sorrento. Was it 2013, 2014, AJ? They actually lost that Premiership Cup, and I believe it's still missing.
Well, hey.
So Jared Brown has taken the mark in the forward pocket, not on the right side for a left footer.
Just a simple check side from here. Get plenty of momentum in and kick the ball nice and high. Let the ball do the work. There you go.
And he loves it.
Oh, he does. He's told the crowd. This game's over, boys. Massive congratulations to Langwarrin, the Triple Crown today. The under-18s, the reserves, and now the seniors. What a footy club. What a footy club. This is amazing.
We call it the Footy Factory for a reason, Daz.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 9-4-58, Karingal 2-3-15.
So obviously this means that that Langwarrin will go up to Division 1 next year, and boy, I'm pumped to see how they go against some of the best teams there, of course.
The ball's in the middle of the ground. Hasn't moved far from that stoppage after the goal.
Which ironically means, boys, that as soon as the siren goes, DIV2 for next year, Karingal are the best team.
Potentially.
Of course.
Well, before any off-season starts, you'd be a brave man to say that the number one seed wouldn't be the side in the granny.
Well, Langwarrin will be crossing paths with EDFL Aspendale, because they'll be heading down and Langwarrin will be heading up.
Darcy Hope's going to have to bring the footy back.
The further up the ground he's gone, the better he's done today. Darcy hasn't had Riley D'Arcy, of course. Matt Robinson's been pushed to the back line, so it's been a one-man show down there.
Ball goes down. No mark was taken. Badams, the footy goes over to Pomeroy. He's under immediate pressure. He's tackled, wrapped up, and we'll get another stoppage.
And guess who it was that tackled him? Blake Peach.
Another fantastic game from the skipper in Blake Peach. That's why he's the skipper in the team of the year. Ball goes forward. Player was dumped. So it'll be a downfield free kick going the way of Mark Bagley.
Not a Division 2 thing, this is a Division 1 thing, but Billy Quigley the other night, he got a few votes.
Couldn't believe it.
Got 3 votes.
Let's not open a can of worms, Vossi. Andrew Arthur has the footy now.
Unsolved mystery, that one. That's crazy.
So Andrew Arthur drives the ball down. Painenborg was trying to take the mark. Ball spoiled over the line.
The only thing you can think of is he maybe has a bit of a chat to the umpires. It's the only thing you can think of. But when Jay Bruno won Division 2, probably 10 or so years ago at Rye, you asked Scotty Beale what sort of year he had. He wouldn't have been in the top 12 in the best and fairest at Rye, and he won the league best and fairest.
Absolutely. Andrew Arthur has the footy. Matthews by hand for Karingal. Robinson looking for Pomeroy, and he takes the mark.
It's gotten better as the day's gone on. Pomeroy's worked back defensively pretty hard.
He goes in short. He's found Robinson. So it's 9-4-58. Karingal 2-3-15. Hasn't got anything to go to here, Robinson. Ball was smothered by Mitch Cuthbert.
Yeah, it just sums up his day. Unfortunately, Matt Robinson, it hasn't been his at all.
Just sums up the forward structure at the moment for Karingal.
Spot on.
All the Langwarrin players are on the bench should maybe realising that this game is going to end up in a premiership, but they all want to get onto the ground. They want to be on that ground when that siren goes.
Great mark,
forward. Mark taken by Mitch Cuthbert. He just came in, he wanted that ball, and he took it. Kick towards Smythe, who's got it. At half back, they can play on. Kick down the line towards the defensive side of centre wing, but the ball will come back Karingal's way. Inside attacking 50 goes the ball, and they've got the double goalkeeper set up once again. They get it and they go. I think that might have been Golby who went out towards the back pocket, and the mark has been taken. I just wonder about that. Actually, I've just a message posed to me on the text. Actually, when was the last time a team took all 3 flags? Well, I'm going to suggest, and I don't know this for a fact, but I'm going to suggest that maybe Frankston YCW might have done it one year.
Possibly.
I don't think Soretto's done it, but I'm suggesting that YCW have done it maybe in the years between sort of when Seaford took over when that Seaford were dominating sort of from probably 09 to 17. I'm suggesting in that sort of 7 or 8 year period, YCW won 7 premierships, and I think it was 7 premierships, and I reckon they would have been the team that might have done it if anyone has.
So Bagley has the footy. He goes backwards. Immediately under pressure was the Langwarrin play, but he slips over.
Keep the questions coming in if you've got the answer for us. We'd love to know.
Pretty impressed with Mark Bagley's day. He hasn't had to have had the 25-30 to really dominate. He's been a quality and not necessarily a quantity today. He's kicked a magnificent goal. He's laid a few really nice tackles, and everything that he's been asked to do, he's done so in a little bit more fantastic performance on grand final day.
Would you expect to see Mark Bagley go on next year? Like, he's come back to the club to win a premiership. He's going to do that. His job's done.
No, I think you want to play Division 1 with Langwarrin. Why wouldn't you?
The only thing better than a DIV2 flag is a DIV1 flag, Vossi.
Well, he is going to find out. Let's see whether he's a Division 1 or a Division 2 drinker tonight, because I'll tell you what, they're going to celebrate this. And look, rightly so, 3 premierships. It's a fantastic performance by Langwarrin. Kick goes towards half forward. It's just dribbled over the line for a boundary throw-in with 43 points to margin here at Carr Street at Skybus. It's 9-4-58 Langwarrin, 2-3-15.
Getting some messages in. Thanks to Jake Prosser, 2002. Langy won all 3. Also, Edie Ass won all 3 in 2000. Thanks, Gary Reese.
Well, hey, there you go.
So Charles has taken the mark, but
I
it's a
accept,
free
I
kick
accept
going
those
the way
two,
of Adams.
but I'm suggesting that YCW might have done it too. But thank you for those 2 messages.
Intercepted by Bateman. That was of the Josh variety. He goes out looking for Dormer. He goes off the ground up to the square. It's 2v1. Jared Brown can't lay the tackle. So Karingal are going to exit their defensive 50. They're going to go up looking for hope, but that's a pretty ordinary kick. It was dropped there by Churcher. It doesn't matter. They got that much time at the moment. Smythe. He can change his decision 3 times and still go inside forward 50 looking for Herdman. Jack Yabenko at the fall of the ball. A throw has been awarded, and it's going to go the way of Jordan Pomeroy.
Even though they've turned the ball over there.
Sorry, not Pomeroy. It's going to be Linda Saunders.
Even though they turned the footy over there, Langwarrin, they still had 4 players ready for when they turned the ball over to present inside forward 50. It's been the difference. Karingal have had 2, sometimes even 1 in Darcy Hope forward of the ball once they turn it over in their forward half. And it's
Look at
just
this, boys.
Stagnant.
If that could have got over the back, there was 3 Langwarrin players out the back all by themselves.
And they're still there too.
There's a free kick
Karingal
over the shoulder, going to go to Karingal. That grand final I mentioned earlier, Doveton playing Chelsea Heights in the grand final. Of course, we had Ross Twyford on the locker room this morning. His son Reece is playing for Chelsea Heights, and Luke Tapscott's playing for Chelsea Heights. At 3/4 time in that game, Doveton up by 11 points in the grand final. 7-7-49 to 5-8-38.
So Pomeroy takes the mark. He's going to wheel and go, but he runs into Blake Peach.
Yeah, I don't recommend doing that, son.
They're going to work the ball back. Pomeroy's got it. He overruns it. Peach has it now.
How does he get hands out that quickly?
Josh Bateman goes inside forward 50. He wants Payne and Borg to run onto it. It's a 2v1 at the moment.
Oh.
The 2 slips over. This could be almost holding the ball. What's the umpire going to pay?
It's exactly how the first quarter started, Daz. When you consider 3 times in the first 5 minutes of play, they fell over in their defence.
Yep.
And it just hasn't been Karingal's day.
So the ball's at the top of the goal square for Langwarrin. Quick kick. Brown shot a goal across the face.
I know comparing players of this level to AFL level is something that, might seem silly, but there is so much of Lockie Neal in Blake Peach. For mine, his quickness of hands, the way he moves around the ball. He hits the scoreboard. I think Brisbane would like Lockie to do that a little bit more, but fantastic player.
Yeah, love watching Lockie Neal play. He's a gun. I think he's I think he's most people's favourites at the Brownlow medal, I would have thought at this stage.
Clary's winning at Vossi. But anyway.
Will he? Will he though?
Yep.
So the ball's out to Darcy Hope. He's going to come across ground. He's got Alana standing there all alone. He's held up nicely there, though.
Look,
What can they do?
6 on 2.
So Bradley, he takes the mark.
He's had some good and bad moments. Joshy Bradley today. Tried his heart out.
He's going to go across goal, looking for Hope. It finds him.
Oh, let me tell you, there's not a lot left.
He goes long. Going to get over the back. Harkness. He just concedes the behind. So Karingal move on to 2-4-16. Langwarrin 9-5-59. This game is well and truly run and done as Darcy Hope is coming off with the blood rule.
And the earlier prediction for mine that's at this stage not going to work out is if Langwarrin kick above 70 points, it's definitely over. Well, it's definitely over, and they're only at 59, which for mine is almost even more impressive that it's been a suppressed kind of a game and they've still been able to do it with ease.
Langwarrin reminds you a little bit in the way they're going about it and the fact that they keep sides low in their defence. What YCW did in late 90s, early 2000s, the way their defence was so strong and they were so hard to penetrate. And Langwarrin's defence is the same, boys.
Yeah, spot on. It was a bit of the Richmond of the first flag, really, wasn't it? Their defence was structurally sound, so they didn't have to kick a big score.
Yeah, Rance, Grimes, Floston, Broad. Pretty handy back four there. Basher Hooley should have won the norm, but let's not open that can of worms again.
So the ball comes out. Bagley. He wants to go by hand to that man, Billy Rolfe, who's had no opponent all day. He steps around one, goes with a long ball. Him. Jared Brown's under it. He takes a great mark. So he's going to go back and line up for his second of the afternoon.
Party time. Pop the champers.
It'll be the Kangaroos' 10th if he can convert. Ever since he's come into the side, boys, it's just structurally set Langwarrin up superbly.
Yeah, spot on. Kick 3 last week, along with Blake Peach, and just provides a target every single time he flies for the footy.
14 minutes in the last quarter, and this to really have a nice cream on top of the cake, but he just misses and goes through for a point. 9-6-60. Langwarrin Karingal 2-4-16. And we're 15 minutes into the last quarter here of the 2022 grand final, the first grand final we've had since COVID, and it's been a fantastic day here, and it's going to be an even bigger night and a few days to remember for the Langwarrin Football Club. They're going to celebrate. This is much overdue. They were the best side last year, of course, stayed in Division 2. They were on top when the lockdown hit last year and we never got back on. They were well on top. I think they beat Mornington, might have been the last game that we played last year by, and Mornington was second. They beat Mornington by probably 10 goals, I think, too. There's another shot. And a high kick towards the top of the goal square. Going up was Painenberg at the front, but the ball is kicked off the ground through for a behind. So 9-7-61, Langwarrin Karingal 2-4-16. 15 and a half minutes played. Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Like one of the attendants might have just been, or crowd attendants might have just been offering Robinson some advice over the fence just there.
Yeah, but largely unnecessary. The game's over, so it is what it is, I guess. But
got to remember, Karingal and Langwarrin are very close neighbours.
Neighbours, absolutely.
Oh, the poor fella, he's out. He's just come onto the ground too. I think it's young Charles.
Oh, yeah, he's groggy.
2 words for you. Smelling salts. They still use them, Daz?
Vossi, do I look like I'm in any shape to understand what the DIV2...
lots of things, Daz.
Medical... Oh, mate, it's... the forehead's that big, it contains all the knowledge, but not on the smelling salts, unfortunately.
Use more as a projector screen as Billy Rolfe goes out wide.
That's it. Makes for very cheap date nights, mate. It means I can go splurge on the food, which is good.
Seth Kelly, he chisels one up to Sam Glenn.
It's been one of the better ones for Karingal today. His kicking style is Zach Merritt 2.0. Maybe doesn't hit as many targets as Zach does, but it's all I can see when I watch him kick the footy.
So Alanis, he goes wide, but he's going to turn the ball over once again. I'd love to see the disposal efficiency for Karingal today, boys.
Yeah, it's going to be one to watch, I think.
So Bagley has the footy. Been going nearly 17.
Even in their back half, sorry, AJ, so they're 7 behinds. They've actually turned the ball over on their kick-ins 4 times out of 7 kick-ins. Extraordinary.
So the player there, Hamill, he goes up. He's going to turn the footy over. Can Karingal just get something on the board now? Badams has a shot. Hamill, he just the double fist through the goals there. And once again, Karingal will stay on 2 goals.
So 44 points the margin, and if anyone wants to know what a competitor Zach Andrew is, he's been screaming at a few teammates to get off the ground, to get him back on. This is a man that is just enjoying his football on a whole nother level and playing to a high quality. He's been outstanding again today.
He's using I played VFL football, what have you done? So I want back on the ground for the celebrations.
It's 9-7-61, Karingal 2-5-17.
And the thing I've noticed here, boys, Langwarrin, they're still going about their business. They're still making sure, like they could have just as easily not tried to knock that ball through for a point. They're doing their 1%ers right to the end here, boys.
Yeah, that's why they're winning the flag, Vossi. They do the right thing
most of the
better,
time,
more often and longer than any other side, and they thoroughly deserve this in all 3 age groups. And
Josh Beard's just got a smile on his face. I just saw it. He's gone over to. He might have gone over to.
Geez, we've gone English Premier League chanting style down here on the hill.
I reckon he might have gone over to Ben Charles down there with a big smile on his face and just patted him on there to say, yeah, it's all right.
Which is what you want to do with a bloke that might have a concussion.
Actually,
smack him on the head.
No, he's up talking. He's walking and he's talking. So he might be okay. He might be okay. So that's a good sign.
Fingers crossed. There's still a game on here.
Quick kick out by Billy Rolfe. Not marked. There by Darcy Hope. And Langwarrin trying to clear, but Karingal did well to lock that ball in, and the ball goes over for a boundary throw-in. So 9-7-61 plays 2-5-17. Yeah, he's a pretty happy guy as a rule, Josh, but a big smile went over his face just then, and knowing a lot of work's gone into this, and all the talk about them for 2 years has been they're the best side in it. Well, they've now proven it with the premiership, haven't they?
5 minutes to go in this last quarter. They've certainly proved everyone correct that they were the best side in it from the start to the finish.
One of the more dominant seasons you'll see. 17 and zip in the home and away season, with the game against Tyab, of course, called off because of the weather. A 5-goal, just sort of a stitch up of Somerville just to get them ready for today. And it's been a clinical performance.
And you know who came up for Zach Andrew Arthur? Mark Bagley.
There you go.
He's won a senior premiership with Langwarrin before.
He has.
Blake Peach has got the footy in the middle of the ground.
So, the trident of Chad Mulvogue, Blake Peach and Billy Rolfe. It's going to be interesting to see which one of those 3 takes home the best on-ground medal. Is it the medal named after anyone, Vossi? And if not, who should it be?
It's the VC. What's the VCFL medal?
VCCL, isn't it? No, one of them. AFL Vic Country medal. There you go.
Well, there you go.
That's fine. So, to me, Billy Rolfe's the best player on the ground. That's my opinion.
Crowd going nuts now for interchanges. We love to see it.
It's a kick towards half forward. Trying to get the ball inside their attacking 50, Karingal, but Langwarrin just will not let them get through, and they bring the ball out.
Look at them go from half back.
They can get it. They can go further. They've got the loose man created. They're waxing with each other at the moment. They are just doing as they please.
Look at that for a
short
kick.
pass. Oh. Beautiful kick. Mark taken. Left forward pocket is the kick. He can play on. Can Bateman, he has the shot, and he misses. So 9:8:62, Langwarrin 2:6:18, Karingal. We've played 22 minutes in the last quarter. And that is on the Premier Traditional Home scoreboard.
Only about 3 minutes left, boys. Till DIV2 is all but over, and the Triple Crown is given to the Langwarrin Footy Club. Boy, do they deserve it.
Now Mark Bagley coming back on.
Absolutely. Ball's going to come out to the commentary side. Darcy Hope, but Mitch Cuthbert over the back. Couldn't take the mark. Brown. He goes back to Bagley. Golby. Back to Jared Brown. He slips, but look at that. He can still find Zach Andrew Arthur.
Cow.
Langwarrin rotating their bench just to sort of to go off and just have a minute with the crowd and just sort of take in the crowd a little bit too,
Why
boys?
not? As Andrew Arthur goes in short and finds Josh Dormer.
The hugs are starting.
As they should be. As they should be. The half an hour after the siren goes will be one of the best feelings in football. And of course, Langwarrin tonight celebrating their triple premierships. If you're driving past there tonight, I'd be finding a detour. Because that joint is going to be packed. Rightly so. First grand final in 3 seasons.
So, Josh Dormer, I reckon this would be the first multiple goal scorer Langwarrin have on the ground today. If he kicks this, he misses though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Might have missed one actually, but yeah, actually I have missed one. They've just had options there to when they needed a goal, and they've had most of their midfield sort of just getting the job done, and haven't had a player who's dominated with 5 or 6. They're just, oh look, I'll kick one, you kick one. They're just a powerful team, and they're out, and there'll be a lot of Division 2 sides, AJ, that'll be happy that they're gone because they are a strong, strong side in this competition.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left of Division 2 footy. Div1 still got 2 games to go. Olympic Park Rosebud, Bond Beach v Frankston Bombers. Vossi tipping the 5th place Bombers to make the grand final. What a story that would be.
So Rucks do battle. Can Bateman run onto it? He can handball it up to Peach, and he does so. He goes in with a chiseler. Was looking for Tuddenham, couldn't take the mark. He just barges through. Takes a body with him. You don't want that when you're nowhere near being able to win the game.
Not how you want to finish your season for sure.
Ball comes down. Free kick's going to go the way of Mulvogue. He's going to go out wide looking for Bagley. He can take the mark. He's got Andrew Arthur inside forward 50, but doesn't go that option. He goes longer looking for Big Red. Can he take the mark? No, he can't. Ball comes to ground. Dormer. And there's another one to Josh Dormer.
He was like the wandering striker there in the penalty area, and he just he hit it straight past the goalkeeper there. Great goal by Josh Dormer.
1 minute to go.
The only thing I think if you're Langwarrin, I think they'd love to get Big Red a goal. I reckon the crowd would love to see him.
What do you reckon after the siren, Vossi? Bring the crowd down.
That would be awesome. Of course, the reserves kicked 9-15, didn't they, in the reserves game? So 69 there, 69 in the seniors. So a nice bit of symmetry there also, and also helps because I said they'd kick 70 plus. So that's just a kind of a kick in the guts for Daz.
So Josh Bateman, Joden Jacobenko, Blake Pullen on the bench, and Ben Charles on the bench at the moment. There are 4 players on there for Langwarrin, so they won't make any more changes. You wouldn't have thought. Only about 30 seconds or so to go in this grand final. That is a throw, free kick to Karingal. Short pass, mark is taken. It's been taken there by Josh Bradley, who can get it and go towards the centre of the ground. And mark taken by Mark Bagley. He goes out towards
run the siren down.
Defensive side of centre wing. And quick kick towards Brian Mace grandstand. They're just fiddling around with it. They're just...
This is the stat filler time, Vossi.
Absolutely.
This is just...
Hamill's got it.
We've got the ball. Who's going to end up with the ball? That's the big question.
I'd just start running back down towards the Karingal goal just so it was in my hands. But Hamill's going to go long down the line. With a high ball.
Sirens
Can someone take a mark? Soon. They can't. Ball's on the ground. Still Blake Peach tackling with Frosty. There it is. Langwarrin have won the grand final in Division 2. So it's a three-peat on the day. Langwarrin take out all three grades. And you can see the coaches there. Blake McCormack, Josh Beard, Jared Moore. They're all ecstatic here at Skybus Stadium. So they've done it. They were touted as the best side from the start of the season. And they've ended it as the best.
This has been coming for 2 years. The only thing that stopped them last year was COVID. Look, let me just say congratulations to Karingal for making the grand final. It's a huge effort, but they're at a level. Langwarrin are just at a higher level, and it's no disrespect to them. It's just fact that Langwarrin are just a powerful side, and really in the midst of a really good run of powerful football.
Yeah, sometimes it's just about who you play, Vossi, and they've run into one of the best teams you're likely to see. What a footy club, what a performance. That is 3 games. I know the 18th game was close, but especially the reserves and the seniors, they just had gears to go to when they needed to get across the line. Vossi, I know you really liked Billy Rolfe. I'm going Blake Peach for the best, but it's not about individuals, it's about the team, and right now, this is so far the best team on the peninsula. It's not funny. A huge congratulations to the Langwarrin Football and Netball Club. Outstanding day. 3 premierships. My goodness.
Let the party begin.
Absolutely. It'll be absolutely rocking down at Langwarrin tonight. Be here with the stream for the presentations for the Langwarrin Football Club, who have won the Division 2 Grand Final. Shortly, we will hear the announcement for the best on ground.
And plenty to choose from that category, let me tell you.
Just waiting to...
So Luke Forsyth, the coach of Karingal, is saying a few words up there now. You can see the sea of blue and white. Always a tough time as a coach that's been defeated in a grand final, but he's a great man, Luke Forsyth. And I'm sure Karingal will come back better next year. Amazing scenes out on the ground. Look at that sea of blue and white, boys. And he just received his medal now.
To rapturous applause, well deserved.
Golby was good when it was hot today as well.
Yeah, his use by hand was elite today. Absolutely elite.
Next up will be the best defender in the competition, Mitch Cuthbert.
It was nice of him to take the sponges out of his pocket after giving the entire Karingal forward line an absolute bath.
What about this one? Big Red. I reckon he'll probably be best on ground
afterwards.
In the aftermath as
you
well.
Reckon?
We went to give him a BAG award last year, and they beat Seaford at Seaford. And we're waiting outside, and they said he's just gone in the shower. He's got, I think we waited 20 minutes outside. They said he's got a lot of his body to wash. So it's just a big body you got to wash. So in the end, he came out, wrapped in the towel, photo taken. There's your BAG award.
So there's the 2 skippers, Blake Peach and also Blake Harkness, getting their medals.
Not going to find many better leaders than those 2.
Absolutely, and you're not going to find too many better co-coaches in Josh Beard and Blake the Snake Vossi.
No, you're not. A lot of time for Josh. A very good guy of football. Not to say Blake's not. I'm just saying, but having dealt with Josh for a long time, he's always good to deal with. Always got a smile on his face, and he's a very good communicator.
So obviously he's just addressing the crowd now, thanking the Karingal Footy Club, but most of all, they'll be thanking the Langwarrin faithful.
Yep, and I think getting through the message and just mostly enjoy the night, Langwarrin, but enjoy the night safely.
Yep, that's it. There'll be a few blokes that have got a bit of the Richmond number 4 about them, Vossi. I'll be waking up dusty, let me tell you.
Yep, that will be for sure.
Great conditions at the moment, boys. Sun's out.
Yeah, well, if you want to go for a kick after we're finished, it's extraordinary.
I'd love to, Daz, but unfortunately I can't. So,
Tell you what, though, Vossi, once you're back up and about, that would be a momentous day, I reckon.
that'll be a day I look forward to. Getting back on the cricket field as well. Just have a bit of a game with my mates.
Bowl you a few leggies, Vossi?
We'll see how we go. Just want to get out there and just
Yeah.
at least one more game in me to enjoy things again.
Brilliant.
So the
Look at the flock of
Premiership
people
Cup.
around there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Premiership Cup's just about handed over, boys, and there it is. It's
Oh.
been raised. So officially, Langwarrin are the premiers. Once receiving the Premiership Cup, the photos are going on there. They'll be happy boys down at Langwarrin tonight. Not just the seniors, but the reserves and the under-19s. The party will be rocking for the next couple of days.